Hi, you're welcome to JAM Prep class. We're looking at this question under the mole concept for substance of known masses. Now, what do we have there? You need to recall that we told you that for substance, the number of mole of substance of known masses is equals to the mass of that substance divided by the molar mass of that substance. So that number of mole is equals to small mass over big mass, which is mass is in gram and molar mass is in gram per mole, so that I will have mole. All right. Now we are given that question. Given that molar mass of iron is 56 gram and that of oxygen is 16 gram, how many mole of iron 3 oxide will be contained in 1 kilogram of the compound? You need to understand that 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 gram. All right, let's start from there. Then the molar mass of iron 3 oxide is, iron is already 52 times 2, then plus oxygen is 16 times 3. All right, now that is going to give me 112 plus 48. When I add this together, I'm going to have 112 plus 4, that will be 160 gram per mole. All right, if that is known, I'm going to bring back this equation. Number of mole is equals to small mass over the molar mass. What's the mass there? The mass is 1,000. Let me use another pen for that. The mass is 1,000 gram. So I'm dividing by 160 gram per mole. So if I do that, what I'm going to be having is, if I do my math, 1,000 divide by 160, 6.25. So what I have here is 6.25 grams. So that's the final answer. Let's look up at the board, okay? So this is the answer for the first question. The second question, we were asked, we said that the told us to find the ratio of the number of molecules in 2 grams of hydrogen to that of 16 grams of oxygen. Recall that hydrogen and oxygen, they are diatomic molecule. They exist as diatomic molecule. Therefore, the molar mass, that is the relative atomic mass of hydrogen, is 1 times 2, which is equals to 2 grams per mole. All right, 2 grams per mole. And the relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16 times by 2, which will give me 32 grams per mole. If I've understood that, I now need to find the number of mole in that of hydrogen, the number of mole in that of oxygen. Now, to find the number of mole for hydrogen, so number of mole is equals to mass over the molar mass. Now, what's the mass of hydrogen given? It's given to me 2 grams divided by 2 grams per mole. All right, this will cancel this, so that my answer will become 1 mole. All right, I have 1 mole of hydrogen. Okay, let's find that of oxygen. Let's make a space over there. Number of mole of that of oxygen will be, okay, number of mole for oxygen now, number of mole for oxygen will be equals to the mass over the molar mass. What's the mass there? The mass of oxygen is 16 grams. 16 grams all divided by 32 grams per mole. So if I do my maths, I should be having half, 0.5 mole of oxygen. Now, we are asked the ratio of hydrogen to oxygen. Let me use a red pen now. Hydrogen to that of oxygen. Let me make a space so that you can see it over here. Now, hydrogen to that of oxygen ratio is, hydrogen is 1, Oxygen is 0.5. But from this illustration, there is nothing like 1 and 0.5. What I'm going to do is multiply out by 2. If I multiply by 2, this is 2 and then this is 1. 2 is to ratio 1 is option A. So this is the right answer. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.